Ernie Pyle gave his life to bring the stories of World War II to the world. KITV4's Paul Drews has more from a special commemoration 70 years after his death.
At a ceremony at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific at Punch Bowl, a new memorial stone and plaque is unveiled to honor one of World War II's most well-known correspondents.
Both in war and in peace, Ernie Pyle conceived it his duty to write the truth with the vigor of simplicity.
Through his columns, Pyle showed Americans what life was really like for the thousands of men who went to war.
Their knowledge of the wartime experience was entirely or very much dependent on what Ernie Pyle wrote, because Ernie Pyle was describing the everyday life of the soldiers, the grime, the killing.
He was up front with the common soldiers, and he lived with them. He wrote about them. He saw them dated. He didn't write about the generals. He didn't write about the campaigns. He wrote about the ordinary men that were doing their job.
For Callan, Pyle was more than just a gifted writer.
Well, Ernie Pyle is my first cousin, and I've been following his columns, reading them throughout all my life.
Pyle's columns covered the daily life of soldiers during campaigns across Europe. Later, he focused on Marines and sailors as they battled across the Pacific.
Instead of all the flash and dash, he wrote about sometimes the mundane things that still had an important impact.
His stories came from the men he spent time with. Pyle didn't glamorize war, but personalized it by putting a human face not only on Americans fighting, but even their enemies, and set the scene for readers without even taking notes.
What Pyle did was have a video camera in his head so he could film the whole scene. He could also pick up on smells and use that information to write a story.
Not only did his columns inform the public of the realities of war, it also gave the average soldier a voice.
During World War II, he would write about how the common soldier up front would be paid no different than the rear echelon troops that were not risking their lives. And in 1944, Congress enacted the Ernie Pyle Bill, which is the precursor to today's hazardous duty pay. So he had that impact.
During his life, Pyle deflected the attention and accolades from himself onto the thousands of other men who served during the war. So what would he think about today's ceremony?
He would be very embarrassed about this, to be honest. He would want to have the emphasis naturally being given to the soldiers.
Pyle died on April 18, 1945, on an island west of Okinawa, killed by a bullet from a Japanese sniper, the last of 54 correspondents who were killed during World War II. At Punch Bowl, Paul Drews, KITV4 News.
To learn more about Pyle's life and works, head to KITV.com for a link to dozens of Pyle's war-era columns.